Alright, boys, we got this 17 ZZ 457 with a little barrel in that caliber there. I'll be shooting Hornady ammunition. I'll be shooting at the top of a 2-inch dot. I'm going to show you this video win, lose, or draw, okay? I don't know if I'll shoot 2 groups of 5 or 3 groups of 5. Wind out here is light, but now that could change a little bit. You know, it's getting late here. 6:28 Central Daylight Savings Time. That walnut tree right yonder in my laser is a flashing. There it is right yonder. It's a flashing 95 yards. I might be able to get me pretty close to 100 yards getting right up there behind that, okay? I'll be shooting off of this little rinky-dink rest here, boys. This scope will probably be at least at 12 power. It may be at 15. May shoot it at 12. Okay, that Nexus 5 about 20, about 50 there. Aiming at the top of a 2-inch dot. This gun hadn't been shot since around the 10th or 11th day of June. It's not been fired today. We're coming cold right out the gate, boys. See what this thing does. I've been making some good shots with this gun the last couple of years, but I've changed the stock on it, and I believe the gun might be shooting better. Truthfully, but you know, I'm getting a little old. You know, I might be getting shaky too. You never know. So let me get her set up here, and I'll be putting the camera up there, and I'll show it to you. You know, this is a no BS video. I'm going to show y'all this win, lose, or draw. Whatever happens, happens, okay? I've not got no ruler here to measure, but that 2-inch dot, you'll get a pretty good idea what this thing is doing, okay? Stay tuned. All right, boys, I got that target back there. I'll let you see it back there. Laser's flashing 92.5 and it flashes 93.5 at times. I'm going to say that's right at 93 yards. We're going to dial the scope up a half a MOA, boys, when we shoot that target there, okay? That's about what I do in the winter time. I might be just a tad high there. It's pretty warm out here, but we're going to fire it. Alright, boys, I shot the first shot at that top left dot. Okay, cold barrel right out the gate. I think I'm gonna walk you down there and just show you where that thing has hit, okay? Now, there's been some people sort of sneer at me, you know, for shooting squirrels long distance with this gun, you know, but I've been killing them, okay? Let me walk you up here to this target right fast. Alright, boys, y'all see where that bullet hit? That camera's pretty close to that target there, okay? That's 2 MOA dialed up, you know, and in usually the hot weather, I would expect that to be about where this gun would be a shooting. And that's how I would dial in the wintertime. Now I'd probably shoot a little lower, colder ammunition maybe. We'll go back and shoot her a few more times. I'm not going to shoot it much. I don't think there's any reason. Alright, boys, I've shot 5. I'm going to shoot 5 more. And I've got a little wind here that's trying to... See that smoke there? So I shouldn't be losing any shots, I don't think, to the right, okay? If I lose any shots, I should lose them slightly to the left, okay? And that's what that target down there sort of looks like. I'm going to shoot 5 more at the top right dot. And then we'll go down there and old sharpshooter's going to quit. Alright, boys, 2 groups of 5. Now, that's not the best of distance to shoot off of. Old sharpshooters stop making excuses, you know. There's some old boys out there who uses bag rest in the back and all that good stuff. Well, sharpshooter, he ain't got one of them. 2 groups of 5, boys, right at about 93 yards. Now, that scope was dialed to about 13.5x. It was dialed halfway in between the 12 and the 15 on the ring, okay? Parallax dialed slightly under 100 yards on the dial. I've not looked at that right hand target turning that scope up. I haven't looked at that left hand target though. We're going to go down there and we're going to look at it. I'll shine this camera back to the truck. This is a no BS video. Whatever that target looks like, boys, is what you're going to get to see. All right, boys, we're up here at the target, and that fine Japanese engineer is sitting down there 93 yards approximately from this target. Let me snatch this thing off of here and let you look at it. Okay, there's the first one I shot. This camera's not focusing too. There we go. There's the first one. That's a 2-inch dot now. There's the second one. Okay, now that barrel was warmed up on them, and I don't think I had as much wind on some of these shots right here. Okay, the shots down there on the left of that, I can feel some wind. So there you go. Right there's a pretty fine group with that gun at 13.5x roughly shot off that bullshit wrist. Okay, would you want to be a squirrel and let sharpshooter be shooting at that head at that distance? Now, I didn't hold for no wind. Okay, I aimed at the top center of those 2-inch dots. Okay, I didn't like that shot you see right there. That was the second shot I shot after I shot that one right there. I showed you. I didn't like that shot. It felt bad to me, but hey, you know, shooting is shooting, boys. There you go. 17 Mach 2. That's a real squirrel getter, boys. Alright, boys, back at the range. Now that first group of 5, after I walked up to that target and then walked back, so I walked almost 200 yards. You know, I didn't let my heart stop beating, and I started shooting. You know, that's a factor. Now, this gun was shot single shot, which means, you know, I was getting off of the gun and getting back up on it on my shoulder. You know, that can make a difference, too, versus sitting there shooting it like as a repeater, you know, keeping your same eye, you know, cheek weld. Here is group number 2. I'll let you see this in the camera here. Okay, got it on the number 10 there. You see that right there? That is right at 3/4 of an inch. 5 shot. That even measures 3/4 of an inch from there to there, from there to there. 3/4 inch 5 shot group. Now this group over here is not as good. But let's see what we've got. We are right at about 1 1/16 inches there. You see that? One of these shells right here, when I shot, chambered loose in that gun, meaning I had the least bolt resistance. One of those 3 there. I don't remember which one. I'm not making excuses. Just something I noticed. You know, that ammunition's not perfect. It's not match grade. You know, but when you're shooting at a squirrel 90 yards in the woods, boys, now I adjusted up a half a MOA, okay, which in the wintertime, that's about what I would do at that range with that gun. Aim at that old head. 22 rifle, you try that kind of shooting at 90 yards in the woods around here, you got a lot of obstacles because of that loopy trajectory. And then you got to know how much to dial it. I could kill a squirrel with that gun the way it's set up right now, holding right on him even, you know. Got a lot more potential than it does with that old 22 long rifle. Now, you can, if you know the distance and you've played with the wind, you got a real good shooting gun with real good ammo, sure. But don't forget, you got to get through them sticks. Line of sight don't do you. You got to look over your line of sight shooting that 22 long rifle at that distance versus the old hm2. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed.